Hello class, this is the third and final example of multivariable simultaneous equations. In this video, we'll be looking at an equation with 4 different variables. Alright, so you can pause the video and give this a go yourself. The solutions, if you'd like to see them, I will reveal right now. So if you work on this, you should get these 4 values. But let's actually go and solve this one. So similar to the one before, we have to take everything in pairs. So for me, to keep things simple, I just pair 1 and 2 first, and I choose to eliminate the last variable in the line. So in this case, I'm going to eliminate D. So we need to make this one and this the same coefficient. So for this, I need to multiply by 2 and multiply this by 3, like so. So from here, let's do this. Whoops. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to get 2a times 2 is 4a. Negative 3 times 2 is 6b, so negative 6b. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4c. 3 times 2 is 6d. Equals 7 times 2 is 14. We repeat for the next variable. To actually make this neater. It won't do it. Try again. There we go. And for this, once again, 4 times 3 is 12a. 2 times 3 is 6b, so positive 6b. 6 times 3 is 18, 18c. And negative 2 times 3 is negative 6d. Equals 0 times 3 is just 0. Now, if you've noticed, we actually will also eliminate b and d. That should not be a problem. We're only focusing on the last variable d. So I'm going to subtract. We're going to add, because it's negative 6 plus, let me rephrase that. 6 plus negative 6 will become 0. So adding everything, we get 16a. These two will also get eliminated, so we just ignore that, leave it as a space. Negative 4 plus 18 is going to be 14c. These will get eliminated. 14 plus 0 is 0. So I'm going to label this equation 5. So we've done this for the pair 1 and 2. I'm just going to take the next pair, 1 and 3. I've actually already done it here, so you should get those as a pair. And likewise, we want to adjust it or multiply it so that these variables are the same coefficient and we eliminate it. So if you did that, you get times by 5 times by 3. You should have gotten this line. I'll give you a moment to catch up on that. I'll give you a moment also to catch up on this multiplication here. This will be this one. And to eliminate them, we need to do a subtraction. 15, take away 15. To do that, we'll eliminate, and it'll become 16 minus 30b plus 2c equals 32. As you can see, everything's already pre-prepared up to a certain point. That's because I think you've noticed at this point that it's the same method over and over. So we've paired 1 and 2. We've now done 1 and 3. Now we're going to pair 1 and 4 together, which I've already prepared here. You can pause and give it a go yourself. You should get these two. And once again, we want these to be the same coefficient, which means we multiply one by 4 and the other by 3. I'll let you pause and because I'm going to reveal this line first. Okay, so here's the solution to that. Give you a moment. I'm going to let you pause. I'm going to get you to reveal this point here. So let's move that. There we are. And as you can already kind of see, we're going to subtract to eliminate the variable d. You should get that one there. So we now have 3 new variables, numbers 5, 6, and 7. We're going to take all 3 of them and rewrite them like we did this previous question. So let's go back. Here are those equations, 5, 6, and 7. Notice how I've written this with a space in between because b has been eliminated here. So now from this point, we repeat the method that we saw in the previous example. So now, since this has already been eliminated, we need to now take another pair of equations, like these two, and eliminate these two. Okay, so I'm actually going to pair 6 and 7 together. So pairing those two would be this. And once again, for this one, now, rather than trying to eliminate the last one, since this equation already has b missing, let's eliminate b from this equation. Okay, so we're going to eliminate b from here. To do that, well, we need to make this 30. So for that, we need to multiply by 5, and this will stay the same, like so. Now from here, as you can see, we need to eliminate b. All right, I'll let you pause and give this a moment. You should get this as our new equation, number 8. Notice how this also has b missing. Now that we have number 8, we're going to pair it with number 5 because this has b missing as well. And there we have it. So from here, we've taken 4 variables down to 3 and now down to 2. And at this point, we just use a simultaneous equation solving methods for 2 variables. For this, a little adjustment that I can see, I'm going to divide everything here by 11. So a minus 3c equals negative 3. So I'm going to ignore this and use this one. And now let's eliminate a. It's a lot easier because I'm going to multiply this by 16. It'll become 16a minus 16 times 3. Whoops. 16 times 3 is negative 48c equals negative 48. And this will remain the same. We do a subtraction. This will give us 14 minus 48, which is 62. And 14 minus 48, sorry, this is 62c. Oh, that's also the same. 14 minus 48, that's positive 62, which means c equals 1. Now that we have one solution, we work backwards. We substitute this back into any of these equations. Let's substitute this into 8, this one, which will be a minus 3 times 1 equals negative 3. This will be a minus negative 3. A equals 0. Now we take both of these and we substitute them into one of these ones. I'll pick the values with smaller numbers. So let's take this, number 7. We're going to substitute a equals 0. So 0 minus 6b plus 7 times 1. I'm substituting this here equals 13. Negative 6b plus 7 equals 13. Ooh. Oh, is that gonna work? Yes. Negative 6b equals 6, which means b is negative 1. And once again, now that we have 3 variables, we're going to take these 3 and substitute them into one of the original 4. The one that I can see with the smallest numbers, it really doesn't matter which we pick. I'm just going to pick this one because it has the smallest numbers. So substituting a is 0, so 0, substitute here. It's going to be 0. Substituting b is negative 1. So negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. Substituting c is 1. 2 times negative 1, sorry, 2 times negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 3d is 7. We get 1 plus 3d equals 7. 3d equals 6, d equals 2. And we have all 4 solutions. So A, B, C, D. Solutions are 0 for A, here. B is negative 1, C is positive 1, and D is 2. And that there is how, we solve simultaneous equations with more than 2 variables. Granted, this one with 4 variables, as you can see, is very long, but I hope you can see that the method in which we can use to solve it is rather repetitive. It's the same thing again and again. So I hope to see you in the next video where we look at a method where we use a more specific one designed, well, that can be used for this. Hope to see you then, and best of luck.